do that.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I was going to start off with those illegal things every day, and I just totally
Don't
forgot.
talk about the aliens in your attic.
No. These. Well, we did one for Breen yesterday. Hey, True Believers England team here. And hey, you guys voted. You said, cool, let's look at this guy. Because we said
nobody voted for that.
Not that. No. We did one with you in it yesterday. RDV, if you can make these with everybody, I will lead every show with something like that.
Hey, there's a Breen Avengers.
There you go. No, make it if you can do all of us in the Avengers. That would be. Oh yeah, can you imagine that circle with all of our faces on that? That would be awesome. That would be. Who would you put Breen as?
I was gonna say I could just use Usual Suspects where we're all basically holding up.
Dude, awesome. Yes. There you go. It makes me sad to think we lost with people like Steranko and other pros who were about the spectacle, the fantasy, the entertainment replaced these days. I think you're very, you're onto something there.
He's still around. He's still doing some stuff.
No. I think he's talking about the fact that they are doing other things and they're not really doing comics anymore.
I wouldn't want Steranko anywhere near Marvel right now. They wouldn't let him do anything he wants to do.
You know what? Actually, just for funsies, I heard that was a thing. What is it? At Steranko.
he has some kind of like group thing he does.
I know.
Are you letting him know that that we're doing his stuff?
Yeah.
Because I did earlier today.
Awesome.
I retweeted it with the Nat Steranko.
Awesome. Hey, let's see. That being said, yeah, we are here. We put up a whole bunch of artists. Which ones do you guys want to check the covers out? And there were some big artists. We're talking John Byrne. We had some Neil Adams there, and it was like, nope, we want to check out some Steranko covers. So why not?
Yeah, Sama would be nice too.
Well, yeah, there are so many artists we could do. You know what? We'll name some more artists tonight, and that'll be the poll.
Other than Spectacular Spider-Man, there aren't a whole lot of Sal covers. He did not do covers until much later in his career.
That's what I was thinking. As I said, if you take both John and Sal as the Buscema choice.
Okay. Hello to Ice Tops and Dreams in the house. Maranya, Dark Admiral, Joe's here. Okay, I say, yep. Let's get some comic ranking going because I forgot to bring down my fan, and it is hot as balls here. So, anywho, Professor Pixel, you are in the starter seat. Hold on, I just loaded him up. Where do we go from here? Here we are. I'm going to let you start us off with the first Steranko cover, not the very first Steranko cover, but the first one of the night, and that is Nick Fury versus Shield, book 1 of 6. Awesome miniseries, but what do you think about the cover?
Wow. I think just because of how epic it is, I have to go to a 10. Like there are some details on it that are a little iffy, but it's because it's so damn detailed. So no, just because of the scale, the spectacle. I can't believe I'm falling into the trap of the words you just said. But yeah, no, 10.
All right. And how about you, RDV?
The fact that it looks like Jim Steranko on the cover is pretty cool too. Is Nick Fury. Dude, how could you not like this? This is a movie poster. This is what I wanted to see. Instead we got, David Hasselhoff. But Viper was good though. No, this is a 10.
You know what? If they did a Nick Fury movie, I would love Steranko to draw the movie poster kind of vibe.
This is, yeah. Remember that you got me that Black Widow thing?
Mm-hmm.
You know, or Winter Soldier, it was. Yeah, that art, the movie poster thing.
Yeah.
This would be perfectly good on my wall as a movie poster.
Yeah, absolutely, positively. All right, Eric, are you going to keep this 10 train running, or did you hit your head and become really retarded?
Didn't know that this. I didn't even realize this was Steranko.
Yeah, he did the first two, and someone else did the last two.
Well, he definitely that was a 6-issue series.
Okay, but he did the first two, and the other somebody else did the last 4 of them.
Because it says book 1 of 6 there. I can count.
Okay, yes.
1, 2, 3.
I screwed up yet again.
Did you
Thank
hit
you very
your
much.
head?
1.
All right. Anywho,
2.
Okay, 2 things real quick. That's not Jim Steranko as Nick Fury. That's Tony Curtis as Nick Fury.
No relation to Dan Curtis.
Wait, what's New Pussycat?
whoa.
And this is a 10.
All righty. Okay, gang, let's look at what we're actually looking at here. First of all, you do have an excellent painted cover. You got a Nick Fury that I got to say, yeah, if you put Steranko next to him, I could see that too. But Tony Curtis, okay. I do agree with what I read in the chat here about Rambo Escapes from New York. But I got to dig on the fingerless glove with the freaking stars on it. I mean, yeah. Can we get just some American jingoism back in comics? Thank you very much. Instead of this anti-shit that's been going on forever and a day. We've got the shield symbol on his chest. You do have some, you got Dum Dum Dugan sitting there. I mean, this is just freaking great. Very detailed. I love the look of the skull. The people in the background have good detail on them also. It's not just blank face weirdos that you see in modern day comics. There's actually love. There's actually care here. And this, my friends, is a super awesome 10. Which, by the way, let me remind everybody. 1, as you see right there in the background, is god awful. 2 is horrible. 3 very bad. 4 is bad. 5 is meh. Basically, doesn't make you feel one way or the other. 6 is average. 7 is good. 8 is very good. 9 is awesome. 10, super awesome. All righty. So grade your heart, but if you just don't grade to be a contrarian, that's all we ask. Let's go up to the chat and see what they think. Black Spiders, what's up? He's saying hello there. Black Spiders gives this a 9, and Ethereal Dragon gives this an 8. And let's see, a little Rambo-ish, says Jackson Raker. 10, never seen this before, says Dark Admiral. And we have what up, everyone, from Black Spider. And Eric and Boyd gives it a 10. And Joe says 9, looks like a movie poster. And let's see, 10 from Jackson Raker, and Ice Top says 8. Okie dokies. 9 from One Slick. This looks like a movie poster, says Black Spiders. Yep. Let's see. MK. Oh, crap, Marani. You reminded me I have to renew mine. I wonder. Okay, that has nothing to do with this. Don't hassle the Hoff, says Dark Admiral. Dan Alvin gives it a 10. And let's see. This is a 9 for me, says MK. Cool cover also gives me. Okay, then we already read that part off. And let's see. I'm still trying to finish the series. Almost there. I had this trade paperback in the auction a couple of times, and I've got one on my shelf over here. Would not mind revisiting. Each of the 6 books were done by different painters. All righty. Looks like Robert Mitchum, that Tony Curtis. And let's see. What do we got? Way to get David Hasselhoff is just as good as Samuel L. Jackson. Man, why you got to insult David Hasselhoff like that? Seriously. Marania's saying Nick Fury versus S.H.I.E.L.D. #1. It may be a movie poster style cover, but Steranko has always been a cinematic style artist. Wonderful art. Sells the book, which a good cover does. Score a furious 10 times infinity. All righty, but we're only going to mark it as 110. Let's see. Droon says 10, and so does Tolfer. And there we go. BS, that's Countess Fury's longtime love interest, says Marania. All right. Once again, if you're looking in, you haven't voted, and you want to, go right on ahead. I'm just putting this here for a marker. Your score will be put to the score, and if it changes the placing, I'll change the placing. That being said, guys, obviously you know where this is going to go because we've only got 2 8s. We do have 4 9s, but those 6 are buried by the 11 10s. Great start to a night celebrating a great artist and a really, really freaking cool guy, by the way. I do follow him on Twitter, and he's just it's just badass. It's one of those things. It's that whole thing, be yourself, unless you can be Jim Steranko, because then you gotta be him. All righty. Hello to Zach. How you doing, sir?
What's up, guys? Sorry I'm late. I
No
had to
worries.
stop and get
Who are
some
you?
coffee.
You're not
What?
all that
Oh my
late.
gosh! Pixel's here? I've never seen this guy before. I thought he was a myth.
I'll tell you what, really quick, not a lot of exposition. What do you give this cover? This is our first cover of the night.
That's a movie poster, sir. That's a 10. God dang, I want that on my wall. And not just because of Contessa. Ha cha cha.
You need that on your wall.
I do. Look at Dum Dum Dugan. Badass.
Okay,
Yeah.
just for the record, I get it, Eric, even if that went over his head.
Wait. Did you call Pixel a miss?
I call him a myth.
A myth.
Like a man,
You
the myth, the legend.
You talking to my miss?
Yeah, but
Now you're going Muppet Show. RDV, what do you think this? Let me get the start up here for this one.
How Angel thought he ever had a chance with Gene? I don't know how.
This is actually Angel's best look, I think.
Suave, smooth, gentleman.
Cha-cha.
Cha-cha.
No, I like this. Hey, look, even Iceman's doing something. Not useful, but he's doing something. I guess a 9.
All righty. Eric, what do you say?
Yeah, I think 9's the lowest I can go on any of these covers, and this is going to get one of them because there are no backgrounds, and backgrounds are definitely a strength of his. People, I mean, it's not that he doesn't draw people well, but that's not his that's not the strongest thing he brings to the table, and that's basically all this cover has. So
I like his inside covers he does when he's doing the stories like Captain America. Those are awesome.
The splash pages?
Yeah, when he was open, it shows the credits, who's buying stuff, it's unwritten on the wall.
Yeah, it's not his fault that most of the stuff he reads now doesn't have those anymore.
Right. Okay, Zach, what do you say?
I try to forget about these X-Men costumes, honestly. Except Jean. This is actually Jean's best look. Hot take. Maybe not so hot. I don't know. I'm not. Gosh, I'm gonna give it a 6. Yeah, it's colorful. I like the colors. I like the corner box art on this too. It's not just your typical heads. It's like there's actually it's like a little mini cover. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6.
Wow, you could have been a little later.
All righty. Who Dares Defy the Demi-Men? I like the skull or whatever we're looking at down there a lot better than I do the X-Men. It looks like Cyclops is actually about to slide a little bit. Like he's about to fall right there with his angle. And it looks like Angel got shot in the head. Yeah. I like this cover for the colors. I think it's got, but there's just something off the way Jean's head looks. I think I'm going to give this one a 7.
I mean, to be fair, Jean's leaning the same way. So he's tripping on purpose to get underneath her.
He is a master strategist.
Yes.
Pixel, okay, let me go through this again. Pixel, what'd you give?
I'm going to give this a 7.
All right.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah,
in
7 is good.
various ways.
Yeah,
but
7's good.
There are problems.
6 is even good, I'd say.
You put a blue
6 is
TARDIS in
average.
there, and he loves it.
Average, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Eric and Boyd gives it a 10. Black Spiders gives it a 6.
Black Spiders gets me.
This is a no press cover. I meant to say, who dares to defy the Demi Moore?
7 is Ice Top. Then Glenzer gives it an 8. Okie dokies. And we've got one slick dude giving it a 9, Joe an 8, and Topher a 6. 6, 8, and 9. And then let's see. Everyone's heads look a little bit off. Looks like a quick job, says Black Spiders.
Kinda, actually.
Jackson
Like
says 9, and Dark Admiral says 9, agreed with Breen. And then Droon says 7. Okay, so we got a 7 and 2 9s, and a good call from Topher. All righty. I jumped the gun a bit. I have to lower my vote to an 8. I like the movement of the X-Men here. All righty, so we'll take away that 10, and we'll give an 8. Let's see, 6 from Ethereal Dragon. Okie doke. Let's see. Charles looks weird. Ha! Dan Allen says 6. So are Bruce Willis and Ashton Kutcher, the Demi-Man.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
Let's see. The way Angel is flying looks like he's laying on a bed. Looks like how they're on the top of a Metamucil's face. Let's see. Maranya says, X-Men 49. I love the weird monster movie feel of this cover. The X-Men look cinematically dynamic. How can this not be an XAKA 10 score? All righty. And once again, Zach saying good evening to the chat. Hope y'all are having a groovy humping day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
A humping day? Oh.
God,
humping day. You're halfway through the week feeling a little stressed. It's a good time to get with your girl and hump, right?
Get in the groove, bro. If you want to prove.
It's humping day.
Yeah.
All right. So if you wanted to vote and you haven't yet, feel free. I'm putting this in as a placeholder. And once again, let's take this down and we'll see what we got here. We have 1 10, but we've got 5 6s, and that goes through that 10 and 4 of the 5 9s. We've got 4 7s and 1 9 and 3 8s. So that gets devoured, and this ends up a good cover. Not a great cover, but it still ends up as a good cover. Here we go.
You know what we got here? A failure to communicate with the chat.
What do you mean?
Giving all these low scores.
Low scores? Huh?
A 6 on a Steranko.
Hey, man.
You deserve the new covers.
Listen, man, not everybody is. Even Barry Bonds didn't hit every home run that he got to pitch.
All right.
Just like Alex Ross is overrated.
Let's see. We are going to go for what's the next cover? Here we have, and it is Eric Breen starting this off. Okay. What to do? I'm putting the go already in there. Go for
it. Connect 4.
I'm a golfer.
Gophers.
You are.
All righty. There we are. And let me get the cover up. Eric, you are first with Supernatural Thrillers #1 featuring It, the Thing That Couldn't Die.
It's not Ever Loving Blue Eyed.
Yeah, it's not the right thing.
It's the wrong thing.
The Wong thing.
Bear in mind this is from 1972 and all the covers were in these little boxes, so that's I'm still gonna give this a 10.
All
nice
right.
and atmospheric. I just look closer, I see the bats flying around and full moon. Yeah, 10.
Okay, Zach, what do you think?
Let's see. I agree with Breen. I like the background, the atmosphere. I even like the little wolf howling at the moon up in the corner. That's a pretty nice little touch. It does look like the guy is firing a laser gun, though. It reminds me of those G.I. Joe cartoons. I'm going to give this an 8.
All righty.
It would be a 9 or a 10, but it's not the ever-loving blue-eyed thing, which is the only thing I would accept.
Well, it's
all right. Professor Pixel.
I'm actually going to stay at 7. I think it's good. There's a lot of good, but it's not great. It's not even very good. It's just good.
All right.
Yeah,
and
right.
RDV.
Awesome.
Well, unlike the rest of these children of the four senses, this is a 10.
Okay.
Why?
I guess
He
I've given up on. Look, I like what we see in the middle. Unfortunately, the middle should be bigger. I'm not a big fan of the big box or the little box that the image is put in. But the image itself, yeah, it's pretty good. I do like the fact that it's breaking out. The swamp thing looks good. And this was kind of a practice for the man thing and all that. You've got some bats in the background. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go 8 on this. I think this is a very good cover. I talked myself into that. All right. I'm going to put an 8 here. And let's go to the chat. See what they've got to say. Did you count MK score? I got it. And it actually did change. So I moved the X-Men to 8. Let's see. Eric and Boyd says 9. So does Glenzer. Joe says 8. All righty. We've got a 9, 9, and 8. And then Jackson Roykirk says 10. Ice Top says 9. Okie dokie. We've got Dark Admiral 10. Personal favorite of mine. I have this book. All righty. And 8 from Black Spiders. Tolfer gives it a 9. And Ethereal Dragon gives it 8. So we got 2 8s and 1 9. Wow, I am lagging because I do not see the cover at all. Is it? I guess it is showing up on YouTube because, everybody else is grading on it.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it too.
But she is saying she's the one that's like, I just want to share. One Slick says 10, great background and sharp colors, excuse me. Let's see. I had to refresh because of lag. Okay. Let's see. I think they forgot about. I lost it. The cream in Zach's coffee. He's a little bit off. I like the moon. Why would that guy shoot the thing? The thing was minding his own business. Yeah, he's way over going in the other direction. 7 from Droon. And really, E, now I feel bad for picking on Zach. You should never feel bad for picking on Zach. Number 1, the limited space is like a movie screen for the cinematic image. Colors and design complement each other and sells the book like the cover should. Score an It Critter 10. And to answer a question I saw, this is actually, we're doing cover rankings. It's not an auction. What was his name here? J-Rob. By all means, vote. Come on in. Tell us what you think about the covers. But yeah, and no Spawn today because we are doing the covers of Jim Steranko.
That would be an interesting topic for another night, though. Spawn covers.
Spawn's got some interesting covers.
Everyone needs to remember, though, no matter what, just don't go picking for Zach.
There you go. Yes.
Wait, what?
All righty, and MK says 10.
Well, I mean, I agree.
Okay. All righty. Let me get the stop going. And once again, if you wanted to vote and you're just a little late, go on ahead and vote. I'll put it in. And if it does change the placement, I will change it. Okay. So let's see where we stand with the third book of the night. We've got 2 7s knocking down 2 of those 5 10s. And then we've got 5 8s bringing the other 3 down and leaving 1 9 standing. All righty.
9.
All righty. So we've got a very good and awesome and a super awesome going. And at this point, I do believe, Zach, it is your turn. One of the most iconic comic book covers of all time. I give you, sir, Nick Fury, number 4.
Oh, this is cool. I like it. First of all, the black and white on the background works so well. It makes Nick Fury pop with the blue-black costume. The red letters and the trade dress pop out more also. Oh, man. This is like the opening of a James Bond movie, which is what it should be. Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. This is a 10.
All right. We get a 10 from Zach. Professor
Another
Pixel.
thing that should be hanging on my wall.
Yeah, again, this is a 10. Everything that he said, James Bond, all that, it pulls you in.
Okay. How about you, RDB?
white Nick Fury. He's man spreading. He's got two guns on the cover. This is a very trigger happy cover. I love it. Screams toxic masculinity. It's a 10.
Alrighty, Eric.
10.
Okay.
I like that. Eric's just like, what else is there to say?
Just look at it. I agree. Look, it does look like a great James Bond cover. All of the black and white images are sharp, crisp. You can tell. I love the Vertigo.
The Statue of Liberty up the top is nice
by
too.
the way, I Barbara Streisand affected this because I always, when I think about the cover, the Vertigo is behind him, not off to the side. So yeah, is that a fingerprint on the bottom as well? You know, you see where it says Shield Origin issue to the left of it.
No, those are just waves.
Okay, and then you've got just random gun right by his leg. Yeah, this is awesome. It's up in 10.
I think that's the one that's in his hand.
Right. Okay, let's see if the chat disagrees. And by the looks of it, we've got here we go. Let's see. We got Glenzer, Tolfer, Droon, Istops, Joe, Jackson Roykirk, and Eric and Boyd. 7 10s before we get to the guy who hit his head. I guess I don't know. I'm just
Also, are those bullet holes in Shield?
6,
Yep.
7.
Love it.
And on the target down.
And let's see, we've got way off the charts from Dan Alvin saying way off the charts, over 10. Can't do over 10, but I will mark that down along with Dark Admiral and Black Spiders. So 1, 2, 3. Maranya is saying Nick Fury #4 definitely showing Steranko's tendency to use op art in his books. Marvel's Fury is better than Bond, and this cover proves it. Shield will come after those who don't give it a 10 like me, which I think is not going to be a problem. Let's see. One Slick says 10. Love Steranko's psychedelic covers, even in black and white.
That guy's laying down and he's going to snipe somebody.
Let's see. Not only is the inking lit, but the contrast between the blue and the blacks make it really stand out. The trippy background as well, says Eric and Boyd. You can see where Gulsey got his influence. This cover has been homaged in Tony Stark, director of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s trade paperback. This was the first time I discovered Steranko, said Black Spiders. Be right back, says Dark Admiral. And 8 hurts my eyes a little bit. Are you really? Okay, I'm just kidding.
Did you get sunstroke walking those 3 miles today,
Yeah,
MK?
right. That's what's going on, man. Seriously. Oh, no. Everybody's welcome to the opinions and why. But
not on this, but
Everyone is
everybody's
welcome
welcome
to
to
their
our
own wrong
opinions.
opinion.
right. So there are opinions, and there's just fact, and just fact is this is not.
It's
a
probably
super
because
awesome
the optical illusion in the background.
Well, I am afraid that his 8 does bring the score down a little bit. It brings it from what is this 17 10s to only 15. So yeah.
Still 10.
If we're going by score, there you go. All righty, and I guess I start the next one, which in all honesty, I do also get a very iconic cover, and this is Captain America, number 111. Let me put the start up before I start talking. And as a matter of fact, let's see, there we go, start.
It's like Rocky when he jumps up with his fist in the air. Yeah.
Okay, to me, this is another 10. There was a lot of stuff on the Nick Fury. This is almost like less is more, and comes up with the same. First of all, we got a great heroic pose from Captain America, and yeah, maybe it is a little Rocky-ish. Yeah, or if you want to be really 1980s, it's like the end of the Breakfast Club. But no, Bucky in the background, Hydra. You got the symbol. I guess that is Viper. Back because she's green, not Madam Hydra. Yeah, I'm giving this one a 10. What do you think, Professor Pixel?
I actually have to go to a 7 again because there's a lot good about it, but there's problems with Cap, his face, there's something off with it. His body looks like it has some issues. I don't like the pure white in the background. Sorry, Zach.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Oh yes, okay. Anyway, yeah, and I'm not vibing with down there the purple face with the weird wonky H. It's not me. I'm sorry.
All righty, RDV, what do you think?
Well, there's a reason why we read the story without Pixel, because he's just a Debbie Downer. This is a 10.
Well, he'll be there for those Inhuman issues.
Oh, definitely.
Ooh, humans. Yeah.
Okay, and
Sucks so bad.
what about you, Eric? Inhumans does not.
A couple things. Pixel, you're going to tell Captain America he has body issues?
Oh.
He's Captain freaking America. Also, real quick, so Eric O'Sullivan, who you guys might know from other streams, like he's on Thinking Critical's Saturday show a lot, lost his mom today. So if you can spare an extra prayer for her today, that would be great.
Okay.
And this is a 10. Now, this before anybody says, yeah, but this is like X-Men 49 or whatever that one was. The Captain America pose in the center is just so dynamic. And I think the Hydra scene's a little bit more dynamic than just the other X-Men and whatever they were standing on. So
yeah,
I guess that's why this is a 10. The other one I only gave a 9.
All righty. And Zach.
Allow me for a second to mimic my comic book pa and pull a Breen. I have this very cover. Yes, I mean, yeah, pretty much. It's just imagine it with a frame, and this hangs on my wall.
Just move it to the right a little bit.
There you go. See,
There you go.
see, there it is, right there. Nobody wants to see my face. This is a 10. This literally is a poster. It belongs on the wall. It's a 10. The different colors. It's funny because it's almost the exact opposite of that Nick Fury cover where it was mostly black and white. Here it's like all the different colors: the green, the pink, the purple, the orange. But they all pop and they all stand out because of the negative space behind with the background. It's a 10. Very smart use of color. And then Cap's pose, the Hydra guy with the 6 arms. It's all very, very cool.
And if you want to see Zach's face, tune in tomorrow night. Best of the week.
And let's see, Jackson Roykirk saying 10. Oh, what? Hold up. Maybe am I going to look? Nope. Nah, we are. All right. Glinger says 9. Eric and Boyd says 9. And Ice Tops gives it a 9. All righty. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see. 10 from Jackson Roykirk. This was long before Rocky. To me, Steranko looks like a pimp. He has some great outfits. That is true. Droon says 8, and One Slick says 9. Wish there was more action rather than just the poses. All right, we get 1 8 and 1 9. Let's see. Oh, damn, don't be hating Comic Book Frog. Black Spiders says 9. Dark Admiral says 9. All right. And let's see. I would love to have this book. A lot of people would.
It's my right as American to hate things.
Yeah. MK says, yeah, that background with the twirls illusions in the movie in the movies that try to hypnotize you for the last one. So I could, okay, hold on. Let me try that again. Yeah, that background with the twirls illusion in the movies that try to hypnotize you for the last one. So I could better explain myself. So Eric, don't hate me. I'll go for 9 on this one. I still don't think I nailed it. Sorry, dude. All righty, let's see. Dan Alvin gives it an 8. And Maranya says, Captain America 111, another cinematic poster cover. A pale gray background might have worked, but the solid white sets off the colors perfectly. This is a patriotic 10.
So
down with Hydra.
You should read MK's off like a Valley Girl from the 80s. Put a lot of likes in there.
Yeah, that background with the twirls illusions in the movie that was trying to like hypnotize you for the last one. So, I could better explain myself. So, Eric, don't hate me. All right, I'll go 9 for this one. All right.
See how much more sense that made?
Yes, you're right. It actually worked. Wow. Okay, so Tolfer gives it an 8. And then let's see, Droon, this is a strong Jack Kirby influence. And Joe says 8. Ethereal says 7. Boom and boom. Let's see. It's all right, but it's no Rob Liefeld, Captain America. Yeah. I missed what Breen said. Someone's mother passed. Yes.
And Erica Sullivan's mom.
All right. Let me get the stop here. And once again, though, if you still want to vote, go right on ahead. I'll put it in there. This is just for a placeholder. Okay. And what we got here is we've got 2 7s, 2 8s, and we've got 6 10s, or 2 7s, 4 8s, and 6 10s. So that wipes it out, leaving those 7 9s. All righty. And this goes up to the 9 category. It's awesome. Totally awesome. Let's see. That was mine. So, Professor Pixel, you're back with Shauna the She-Devil, issue number 1.
Okay.
Look at them games.
Those gams. This is a gammy 10, and with that, I actually have to go. But no,
alrighty, Bubba.
10, this was great. Thank you.
So, watch through this and give us the rest of your votes in the comment when it's posted. All right. I'll add.
You know when Oz just goes off and one of his whatever it is he does there, you just tune in and vote with us.
I'll try.
Yeah, that's true. You just pop over.
You're welcome, my Publix friend.
Oh, shopping was a pleasure. But
Enjoy the Subway sandwiches.
Have a nice night, Pixel.
All righty, so that drops to RDV. What do you say?
I say, when are you gonna have this on the auction?
Dude, I have tried to get this so many times. This is an expensive book.
Oh, sure it is.
So, yeah, it is. I've tried to get it so I could drop it at about 20, maybe 25. But if I get this thing, it's a $30 book, easy. 40.
That's okay. You'll have $30 instantly. Dude, this is a 10. Honestly, what more do you want? You got a panther in there. You got a cheetah. You got a girl who looks like she just is probably wearing his family members fur. Dude, this is great. This is 10.
All righty. Eric?
This is tough. It's going to sound. I'm not going to explain this properly, but this cover's a 10, but I don't think it's a Steranko 10. I mean, it's a very traditional cover that could be done by any number of artists, whereas like a couple of the ones we've seen could only have been done by Steranko.
Okay, I get where you're coming
can't
from.
hold that against him, so I've got to give us a 10.
All righty. And Zach.
Don't let me down, Zach.
Man. Again, colors popping. Our heroine is front and center as she should be.
Only for them.
Giant cats on either side. These poacher dudes who do look pretty cool. They're about to die though. Great first ish. I gotta give it a 9. I think it's awesome.
All right. And I'm going to join Zach on that one. I really do like the cover. I think, it could use a little bit more jungle background to it. But still, Shauna looks awesome. And it's a great action pose. The guys look really well. I think this is an awesome cover. Not super awesome, but it is an awesome cover. All right, going to the chat. A couple of people disagree with us, Zach. Like Glenzer, let's do this again. Glenzer, Eric and Boyd, Dark Admiral, Black Spiders, Jackson Roykirk, Ice Tops, and Ethereal Dragon. 7 10. 7 more 10. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
You should let Eric count these. He's good at counting.
There you go. Droon says 9. And Black Spider says, something about this cover is calling me. I think, sir, it's the bushes. Or
it's
at least one
in the corner.
All right. And that is a 10 from One Slick Dude for the classic girl art and great action scene. Okay. Let's see. Tolfer says 8, and Joe and Dan Alvin say 9. Shauna, the She-Devil #1, says Maranya. What a dynamic cinematic cover. Powerful woman versus evil men. Do we really know that? Just enough background to set the scene. Scored a yes, Queen Slay 10. Oh, dear Lord.
They're men in the jungle with guns. They're poachers.
I feel like
They gotta be. They gotta be.
And they're all white too. They're evil.
Let's see, like the little, almost a Gil Kane-like cover, says Jackson Riker. Zach will never have jungle fever.
I
have
that
jungle.
Hot jungle chick with
Actually.
nice assets and a spear. Good enough for me, says MK.
Not
All
that it's
right.
any of Eric and Boyd's business, but yes, I have, in fact.
He's got jungle love.
Good night. Wish I could hang out. Got to get up early. You take care of yourself, Tolford. Thanks for hanging out as long as you could. And remember, this is going to be posted, so just finish up the rest of the votes because we're halfway through. In the chat, I could use the comments. Use the for it. It would be awesome. Thank you very much, man. All right, let me put the stop up, and if you haven't voted and you want to, feel free to do so. I will add it to the score, and if it changes the placement, there you go. But for right now, what we got is 1 8, 4 9s, but we've got 13 10s. This puppy's easily a 10. All right, here we go. And let's see, that was Pixels, and now we go to RDV, and you get a variant cover for Airboy.
A variant cover?
Yep.
What the heck?
Interesting.
What series is this?
Airboy.
Airboy.
I mean, like what? Like
it was a. I think it's a crowd-funded comic, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
Years ago.
Okay, that's what's throwing me off. I'm like, this looks very modern.
It is within the last 5 years.
I'd say that is a 10. If you don't think that's a 10, you need new glasses. No.
Oh, let me just start.
That might be helpful.
I mean, va boom, the hairstyle, the castle, the guns, you get just everything on there. The old school, the girl on the bottom right, she has like the little like fins on her little mask or costume. Airboy with the little rat-tat-tat gun.
Yeah, I've got it as Airboy 51B.
That is just awesome.
Yeah, did it say? Was that crowdfunded or was that
Well, remember,
dude, I looked up Steranko, and then it showed me all the books he worked on. Then I went through them and picked out the ones.
Is that the Chuck Dixon one that came out?
Yeah, Chuck Dixon's. But I read one of his Airboys recently that unfortunately paled in comparison with the original series that he also did every issue of.
So I'm just wondering if that's the variant for the Chuck Dixon book here.
Okay, so you're giving this a 10?
Yeah, dude, I'd give it a 25 if I could. Holy crap, that's high not.
If I can find it, you will have to. All right. All righty. How about you, Eric? What do you think?
Well, first, Venkman, if that cover's doing that much for you, maybe go find a Veronica Lake movie to watch.
I know, right?
Because
right now, okay.
That is who she is in this cover.
Wow.
And I'm also gonna say this has all the Steranko. It has, yeah, it's the 10. I was going to mention that there's enough swastikas to satisfy Zach.
Oh, boo!
But
you know what that means? You know what that means? There's a lot of villains to shoot.
All righty. That being said, Zach, what do you say?
Buddy, this is a 1930s pulp wet dream. Good Lord, we got damsels, we got Tommy guns, we got Nazis to put so many bullet holes in. Look at that car down in the bottom corner. It's glorious. The castle, the planes. God, I want to give this a 20, but I can only give it a 10.
All righty.
Also, that woman's cake is hanging out of her dress right there. Is she trying to make out with the Red Skull?
That's her costume. That's the Valkyrie.
Yeah, her cake is like coming up.
Are you calling a woman's butt a cake? Or are you saying?
Okay. You're talking about
the butt.
I thought maybe you kids had changed the term that was just overall for
No. Cake is the new thing for butt.
He does have nice assets though.
She does.
Anywho, I give this a 10 also. It's great freaking line work. Yeah, she does look like Veronica Lake. The castle on top has some great detail to it. Yes, we've got a woman's ass hanging out. Let's keep pointing that out. So I some Democrat that doesn't like my stance in politics can now get my channel more shadow banned. It's just awesome.
They'll just screen cap the bottom of this cover. That ought to do the trick.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. All righty, going to the chat. Dark Admiral says 10 Black Spiders. Never saw his pencil work. Well, here you go. One Slick pointing out it is Airboy 51. Let me get that Dark Admiral 10 here. And Glenzer says 9. Black Spiders says 10. And Eric and Boyd says 10. Wow. 1, 2, and 1, 9. Joe says 9. Ethereal Dragon says 9. And One Slick says 10. I love his line art covers. Okay, 2 9s.
I don't know what to convince people or what good comics are if they don't like this cover.
I know, right?
I Stop says 7. Well, I guess he's the one we need to talk to, right? Well, no, that he still says it's a good cover. I think it was crowdfunded. It was Dixon, says Dark Admiral. I love her hair and the shadows on her face, says Black Spider. October 2019, Dixon art by Brent McKee and Jock.
See, that looks more like the Lauren Bacall hairstyle, too.
Which this was in color, says MK. Still a 9, because it's not in color. All righty. And Jackson Rickert says 10. Droon says 10. Oh, Bagaby.
Gravy.
1, 2. And then we've got, you know what, I think of what dream was when you woke up and peed the bed. Now, when you're saying that, do you mean you wake up, stand up, and pee in the bed? Because I'm a little confused. Let's see. Airboy 51B says, Marani, you don't need inks or colors to improve on the greatness of this cover. Lots of detail without being cluttered. Score a hot cha-cha 10.
I got to question your parents, so MK.
Let's see. These kids and their slang. Yep. She does look a lot like Veronica. Like, Okay. Let me get the stop here. And once again, if you haven't voted and you want to, go right on ahead.
So it's a bit nippling here.
It's a bit nipply.
She's a little chilly looking.
All righty. We might see this cover again in next couple of days, but let me get the start up at least ready to go. All righty. What we have for the number 7 for the one that we just looked at is let's see, we have 1 7, but I do have to count the empty 8 spots, and then we have 4 9s, so that would be 6, trying to take down 11 10s. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have another 10. All right. Boom. And let's see, who went last? It was Eric, right? Who?
I just went.
RDV, it's Eric this time. Yeah. All righty. And you get X-Men number 50.
I'm going to go.
Oh.
What?
Okay, go on ahead.
Nine.
All righty.
And it wasn't between 9 and 10. It was between 8 and 9. Again, it's just like, this is something that others could have done, and I can't hold that against. Can't hold his own standards against him.
Right. Okay. And Zach.
I'm going to give it a 7, and it's a shame because I don't think it's his fault, but the colors on this compared to his past covers is just very muddled, and it doesn't pop. It's not very appealing. Polaris looks good, but yeah, it doesn't. I think it would look better if the X-Men were like in their bright, colorful costumes. It's one of the most appealing things they have going for them.
Okay.
Also, Polaris has got like the little devil horns going on with her hand down there by her side. She's like spider hand fingers.
Oh, that's kooky. Yeah.
Yeah.
RDB.
I'm guessing she's under some mind control or something like that, and that's why she's kind of. They're all kind of the bottom. Just the reason that they're not bright color because this is supposed to be like a very horrific cover, like they're about to die. And then you could also make the meme. It's like this is fine. The flames around her. So I'm gonna give it a 9 though. I like it. I love the background. I love the corner box. At first, I thought Cyclops was giving it a thumbs up, but it's actually a Jean's hand. It's like
it does. It's like this book is cool.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. It looks like I don't mind the cover so much, but there's nothing that pops. It's all just there. It looks flat a little bit. Yeah, there needs to be more contrast with the back. So, yeah, I'm going to agree with Zach. It's a 7. But let's find out what the chat thinks. And Glinzer says 7. All righty. And we have 8 from Droon, 8 from Ice Tops, a 9 from Dark Admiral, and another 8 from Joe. So 3 8s and a 9. All righty. Let's see. One Slick says 10. This is my all-time favorite X-Men cover. First Polaris. All righty. An 8 from Eric and Boyd. And Droon is saying, look at those Kirby dots. 8 from Black Spiders.
it looks like the Kirby Crackle. That's what I like about it.
And MK is saying, I'll go 9. Looks pretty badass. And I like how they're either worshiping her or afraid of her. All righty. Let's see. The colorist let Steranko down, says Glinzer. 5 from Ethereal Dragon. Whoa. Feeling nothing at all. 9, such pure eye candy, says Dan Alvin. I love this. I always praise this show. More so than just that it's our show. But I like the fact that everybody, sometimes I feel you guys are a little bit going at it like I am. Sometimes it's like, this might be the first time we've seen this cover. This might be the first time we're really looking at the cover. And everybody's just, sometimes we're all over and sometimes we're dead on disagreeing with everybody. I love this.
Like I think sometimes people are just too harsh because you don't understand the story and it's supposed to represent what's going in the inside.
But then again, we're not really grading the story, and I understand.
No.
Yeah, but the thing is
that could be why
even if it was on the stands way back in 1960. No, I thought Eric would fill that out. But way back then, it would be like. That you wouldn't know what was in the book until you saw the cover. Anyway,
you'd still be grabbing it though. It's X-Men. You wouldn't care.
All right, let's see. Jackson Roykirk says 10. All right.
And when
and asking, didn't he design that logo? Marania's saying X-Men 50 monochromatic covers work with the design. The central figure looks like looks a bit mannish in some sections, even with the flaws. This is a solid 9. Ooh, and then get good rest. Good night, Droon. Take care. Stay cool and hydrated. Yep. At 1968. Thank you, One Slick. All right, I'm going to pop up that stop. And here we go. Once again, if you haven't voted and you want to, by all means, do so. But for now, I'm going to hide that. And what we got is 1-5. Of course, got to count that 6. So those 2 10s are gone. Now we're dealing with 3 7s, taking down half of the 6 9s, and then 5 8s. This puppy is an 8. All right. I just realized I have a not cover in here. I didn't include it in the overlays, but okay. Jim Steranko taking a picture of himself. Doing one of his covers. I'm just going to bring this up here. It doesn't really count, but that's kind of awesome. All right, so there we go. Let's go. I believe Eric had that one, and Zach, you get Supernatural Thrillers number 2.
Ooh, I do.
This is the the first appearance of Invisible Man in comic. I don't know if that is true. So
right off the bat, just like the it, sadly the picture is not bigger. This I like the background a little bit more. Seeing all the reactions of the people in the background is cool. Also, freaking, do you know how hard it must be to draw like a hand when you have no wrists? Well, I'm sure maybe he penciled in like a wrist and then erased it later. I don't know. But that looks really good though. Like as he's like unwrapping himself and just like that, the gloved hand is there. That looks really good. That would hold up even. I mean, it does hold up to today's standards. That's really good. Golly, yeah. This, I gotta say, this is probably. I think this is a 10.
okay. Before we go on, Eric, you there?
Yes.
Alrighty, RDV here. This one's
RDV.
fun.
Yep.
This, I gotta say, so far I've been enjoying this. Picked out some great and some, questionable Steranko covers. Questionable meaning awesome, not super awesome. Could you possibly, let's start with Bankman, name another artist you would like to see covers from?
Well, I said Buscema's, so.
Okay. Spell that.
Buscema.
Busc.
You could
Yeah,
put it if
right.
you want
There's
to.
an S in there. S, yeah.
Somewhere.
Over the rainbow.
Comic artist John Buse.
You can also throw Bob Lane in there to please.
Oh, I spelled it right. All right, there we go. Okay, so I've got it. Buscema. All righty, and Eric.
Paraphrase Higgy Pop. Cocaine in the membrane.
Oh, God.
There you go. And Zach.
Walt Simonson.
In the membrane.
I'm sorry, who?
It's Walt Simonson.
Simonson. Oh, okay, Walt Simonson.
Yeah, why didn't you say so in the first place, Zach?
I know, right?
Because his name is Simonson.
We only have your word for that.
I'm sorry. Y'all say Cyclops instead of Cyclops.
Zach
What?
Richmond, be quiet.
Richard.
Yeah.
Richards. Get my name right.
Okay.
You don't want to make Jackson Ray Kirk mad.
Or one skip dude.
That's right.
Right. All righty, and here we go. Go. All right, poll is up, ladies and gentlemen. We have 4 artists to choose from. Buscema, Gil Kane, Neil Adams, and Walt Simonson. There we go. All righty, there you go. No, everybody should be pronouncing Krypton the proper way. All right, RDV, what do you think about this cover?
Well, I'd say it's pretty shocking. It's also world famous too. It's got H.G. Wells on there before he was on The Flash. I love it. Honestly, yeah, this is great. I love the Invisible Man and the guy with the beer. And he's just spilling out. He's just looking over. Dear God, you see that woman? And it's just he spills the beer on her. Yeah, this is a 10.
Alrighty, Eric.
10.
I don't know. It feels as though something we're missing.
Maybe a man.
Actually, maybe a good joke there that was missing. This is
No, we got Zach here. We're good.
now this is a 10. This is very, very well done. I think this. No, I thought for a second it might have been inked by Tom Palmer, but I'm not so sure. But yeah, this is
All righty. I agree. This is, I mean, even though the trade dress is just huge on the cover, it's still a great. I mean, just look at what do you think? Tell you what, you take a look at this. I will grade it whatever you say. What do you think of this cover? What do you the colors, the shading, the whole 9 yards? 1 is horrible, 2 is bad. 1 is god awful, 2 is horrible, 3 is very bad, 4 is bad, 5 is mess, 6 is average, 7 is good, 8 is very good, 9 is awesome, 10 is super awesome. What are you looking at right here? What do you see good and bad about it? I'm talking to my daughter here. She's an artist. See if we can't get an artist.
I like it.
Yeah. What would you rate that?
I guess 7 or an 8.
An 8? Okay. Go 8. All righty. I'm going to put that down. All right. Well, thank you. See, I told you, I think you would be really good on this, except for I think, I would love to hear your artistic takes on these. Thank you, honey. Personally, I think my daughter's too off. I love the covers on this. I think it entices you to grab the book. I'm going to give this a 10. All righty. And let's see, everybody has, so let's go on up. I've been trying to get Elizabeth on this show forever. I want her to join in. I think she would have a blast looking at the covers and such.
I think it was her. Was it her or was it Ashley that joined one of the Christmas or New Year's streams?
Elizabeth absolutely freaking killed as Sally on our. We got the script to Charlie Brown Christmas and we read it. It was I believe she just killed as Sally. She was awesome. And we had just some guy there, and Maranya, I believe, played not Peppermint Patty. What was the Lucy?
Marcy? Or Lucy?
Lucy. Yeah, it was fun. I would love to do that again. If we could maybe do the Thanksgiving or something. Except for there is that big middle section where it's little birdie, and then you just see like Woodstock and everything. So I don't know. Maybe Halloween. Glenzer is giving this a 10. Ice Tops an 8, and Dan Alvin a 10. Wow. Joe says 8, so we got 2 10s, 2 8s. 1 2. 1 2. And then Jackson Raykirk says 10, also redone for a Marvel mag. This is Marvel. 10 on my want list, says Dark Admiral.
He meant literally a magazine.
Okie dokies. That background is awesome. The diners, the photos, the window, the panels, the ceiling. Wow, says Glenzer. 10 because it's whimsical, says Rhaegar. All righty. And let's see. 10, great perspective and cool background, and the colors pop, even though that tread dress should have been a little smaller. So one slick, not skipped today dude. But it is, we are 3 away, so there is time. Iron Man, Invisible Man 2, says Maranya. This cover is framed like a still from a movie. No unnecessary details. Color of trade dress echoed in the scene. This is a supernatural 10 faux show. All righty. And then we've got, it would be funny if Bankman instead spelled out D's nuts. Wait, what?
When I was spelling out Buscema, he wanted me to spell out D's nuts.
Oh, okay. Ethereal says 7. Alrighty then. And Glenzer, Walt Simonson of comics, Gene Simmons of Kiss. You said the same thing.
John B. Sema, Walt Simonson.
Yes. And it is, yeah. How does Englantino pronounce Krypton again?
Wait.
Hey, look, you know what? If it's good enough for Marlon Brando, it's good enough for all of us.
Man,
yeah, there's Una O'Connor in the background. Fortunately, you can't hear her in comics. All right, well, 9 for me, says MK. I thought it was Krypton.
Jackson, is it pronounced Neil? Is it Neil Adam?
Well, here's the thing. Watch the Superman movie. All throughout it, Marlon Brando calls it Krypton. So
it's just like, yeah. We
do you have an Oscar?
He also
have any Oscars? No.
He talks like this. He talks like this. Do you talk like this? What?
I've had Oscars. Their Oscars great.
Okay. Let's see. And MK says 9. Alrighty. And the Invisible Man is our current president. Exactly. John Buscema, Walt Simonson, Gil Kane, Neil Adam. Hang on.
Do you have
All
Eric
right.
Boyd's number 10 down?
I love comics. You need to count Eric and Boyd's 10. I will count Eric and Boyd's 10. Thank you. Where did I miss it? All right, between Marn. There you go.
Yeah,
All right.
you went on a rant on Krypton.
Eric and Boyd's 10. Yeah, and I just missed it. There you go. You know that what's not invisible? The like button. Remember to give it a smash, says Dark Admiral. This, by the way, is excellent advice. And if you haven't, do it on your phone and hit all notifications, please. Cool things happen around these parts. Don't want you to miss anything.
You only smash if you have consent.
He sounds like Butthead when he tries to read. Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's Beavis.
I'm the great Cornelio.
Butthead is the other.
I'm Cornelio. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So anyway, stop. And
Yes,
let's
please.
put up
Let's.
the time. Right. I'll put up the stop.
It's just the like button, this one.
Yes.
You know what? Whether you hit the like or dislike button, it still counts.
Yeah, YouTube likes any interaction. So except for the ones that end up being mass flagged on a channel and then you freaking lose it because you pissed off EVS's fans. Alrighty, and
if you're shadow ban and everybody hits like dislike, does that undo the shadow ban?
I don't know. Yeah, that would be weird. You would, yeah, if they like, that's weird. That's a weird thought there. Okay, let me get start 4. And who got this one? Who started with this one?
Was that me?
It was okay, so was it Eric or was it you? No, Eric had 50. Yeah, this was you, so I get the next one. Alrighty, but before we do that, let me bring this one down. And we had 17 3/8, 19. That's 5, taking out 5 of the 13 10s. Holy crap, it's been a 10 fest tonight.
Wow, we haven't had one of those in a while.
I know, we had one just the other day, right? Talking about the new Teen Titans Go. Dun, all right. I get Tex Dawson, Gunslinger, issue number 1. Great sky in the background. The orange, the yellow really freaking pops. The smoke coming from the gun. That is one, as you say, hot gams. With the young lady grabbing onto him, and he's shielding her with his body from the rifle behind him. He's a dead man, by the way. If that guy is meaning to shoot him. I love the darkness on the hand. That's just kind of symbolize that dude's dead. Great colors on the outfits. Is that a train conductor? Is that a train in the background? Huh. All righty. And, of course, the one guy with a feather in his hat and a whip. Man, this is just a lot of great detail on the guys, too. You can actually see the dude in the yellow way in the back on the right. You can actually see face. It's drawn. There's care in this, man. Seriously. Trade dress doesn't get in the way. And you do have an actual one because he's riding on oops, I got to put the start up. And he's riding on a horse. This is a 10 from me. This is awesome. I like this one. Okay. RDV, though, what do you think?
He's got a B on his belt buckle. Or is that supposed to be a D? It's hard to see.
It looks like a B. Oh, no, it looks just like a buckle. It's just that
It's just a buckle. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's no... I was hoping he had like some kind of like fancy belt buckle color.
Alrighty.
Yeah. I don't see a train. I think on the left it looks kind of like cliffs, like canyons.
It's just, yeah. I mean, I see the barrel of the gun. I don't know.
Well, what would you give this?
I would give this is Rootin' Tootin' number 10.
Alrighty. And Mr. Eric.
I also have to give this a 10.
I like to pretend that's a severed hand.
He shot it off. All righty, and what do you got there, Zach? What do you?
I gotta say, 6 guns. He should have 10 guns to match his rating, because I like this. I like the perspective of his fallen opponent's hand, laying on the ground. The colors again, the sunset, red sky. The girl in the buckskin dress has a very Frank Frazetta-esque vibe to it. The dude in the back with the eye patch and the whip, he's cool. I want to know more about him. And he's in the background.
That's Robert Mitchum. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a 10. That's a 10. Tex Dawson, more like 10 Dawson. I'm done.
That's
I'm
bad,
done.
dude.
Sorry.
All right,
I'm
Ice Top
gonna go.
says 10, and Ethereal Dragon says 8.
You know, I would rather go with Ted Danson, Gunslinger.
No, maybe 20 years ago, but no.
The dead
Let
people superimposed in the center are dead, says Rhaegar. Give it a 10. And then we've got a 9 from Glenzer and 10 from Jackson Roykirk. And Joe says 9, and Dan Alvin says 10. All right.
He says 10 dang.
And let's see. Dark Admiral. Dang, I'd love to see Steranko do a Western Carter Slade Ghost Rider cover. That would be awesome. Eric and Boyd gives it an 8, and Dark Admiral gives it a 10. The B on his buckle stands for butthead. All right. 8 and 10. And then we've got 9. The only problem is the girl's fingers look like toothpicks. She must be a proctologist. I mean, you know, small hands do better in that field.
I finish it.
What?
Steranko had AI finish it for him.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Marania is saying Tex Dawson #1 super cinematic frame from a Western cover. Just enough people and background in the cover to set the scene. Damsel in distress with a hero. Lots of owl hoots. Score a Gunslinger 10. All righty. Now let's see. I cringed. Rhaegar, good. That means I did my job. All righty. Cool. Once again, if you haven't voted and you want to, please by all means do. Perhaps I should have gone higher. It is great, but I guess I am stuck on superheroes. You know what? It happens. And then for some reason you go, well, you know, let me check out this not superhero genre. And you realize it's been awesome all this time. And yeah, pretty much you waste your time in life. All
and
right.
then before you know it, you wake up and you're an Ed Brubaker fan.
Ooh, and MK gives it a 9. All righty. Let's see. Let me bring this one down and let's talk about what we got here. All righty. Oh, what is next, by the way? Righty. What we got here is 2 8s and 4 9s, and then we've got 10 10. So, yeah, this is another 10, ladies and gentlemen. When I had this in the auction, I didn't think anybody would be interested in it, but I got to tell you, a lot of people really think it's cool. Alrighty, so let's see. That was me. We're going back to RDV. And he gets to talk to us first about Tower of Shadows #1.
Wow. It's good to see that Aunt May still alive. Peter Parker, and that's Betty Brant, and they look at the picture Aunt May, and it's like, Peter, it's your Wheaties. I'm gonna give that about 8.
All righty. We get an 8 from RDV. How about you, Eric?
I'm going to say 9. I like that the hand is coming out of the painting.
Yep.
It's kind of cool.
Okay, Zach, what do you say?
What's the one that is like no emotion at all? Is that the 5 or the 6?
5.
Folks, you're going to hate me on this, but this cover really doesn't do anything for me either way. It's not offensive, but it just doesn't grab me. I got to give it a 5.
5s are for, dude.
I'm still waiting on your score. I didn't hear you. What did you say?
I said that my comic book haul this week was higher than my grade.
I think you're higher than right now.
All right.
I said 5. It's a 5. Sorry.
Okay. I'm kind of in between you guys. I think it's a good cover, not a great cover. I'm giving it a 7. And,
like artistically, it is good. Like the shadows and everything, it's good. It just doesn't grab my attention.
I know it doesn't. This is not one. I would pick up the book because it's a #1. Let's check out the new series for that more than the cover. Alrighty, so going to the chat, Glenzer gives it a 9. Ice Tops an 8. Eric and Boyd a 7. And Jackson Raykirk says 9. and Dark Admiral says 9. Love the Bronze Age. So we got 3 9s, a 7, and an 8. 7, 8, 9, 9, 9. All righty. Dan Alvin comes in with a 7 as well as Joe. So we got 2 7s. And Eric is in the painting. Give it a 10, says Rhaegar. give that painting a black hair. Maybe that actually looks like him. I'll go 8, says MK.
No, that's the painting we'll have at his funeral.
One Slick is saying 8, not a stupendous, not a stupendous issue cover.
That was me trying to be evil Black Cat.
One Slick says not a stupendous first issue cover, even though it's well drawn. One Slick gives it an 8. Let's see, folks, you're gonna hate me on this. Zach being redundant on his takes. That's what he says.
That's true.
All right, and Dark Admiral's loving Rhaegar's jabs at you. Ethereal is saying 7. Alrighty, and let's see. On a seriously not 2 though, it looks as if Aunt May transitioned, says Rhaegar. Maranya saying Tower of Shadows #1. Steranko is doing some really awesome cinematic covers. Not as psychedelic as his later work, but I respect the skill that is almost non-existent these days. Score a shadowy 10. I wanted to include different styles when I picked this out. Whenever whenever we do these mixed kind of covers, it's good to do that. Alrighty. Oh man, I need this comic now, says Jackson Raker. Oh, there you go. Let me get the stop. Alrighty. Once again, if you haven't voted and you want to, feel free to. I'm just using this as a placeholder. And let's see. I'll do this to start.
It is funny how that works. We start grading these comics, and then before you know it, you're like, dang, now I need to collect these books.
Mm-hmm.
They look too cool.
Okay, and what we got here is, whoops. We have 1, 5, 3. But we do count the empties going up. So the 5 and 6, that does eliminate both 10s. And then we've got 5 7s, but we've got 4 9s and 4 8s. So this ends up being an 8. All righty. There we go. And let's see. I think I included 2 that were eliminated because I miscounted. So I will just include the last 2 of the night, which is, I mean, we could do the others, I guess. Okay. So who did that one? That was Zach.
No, that wasn't me. I was the last one.
Okay. Who was Tower? Okay. I did text, so RDV would have done that.
I think RDV might have done it first because
this is Eric.
Yeah.
Eric, you get Captain America 113.
This is a 10. This is epic Steranko.
All righty. Let's see. Okay, so Zach, what do you think?
This is emotional. Look at Bucky as he grabs the ground and weeps for his dead leader as the Hydra goons seek to ambush him. And then Moon in the pale green light in the spooky backyard and that creepy ass tree. It's a 10.
All right.
I'm not a man completely devoid of 5 senses.
RDV.
Well, I want to ask Zach, do you know what it is on the bottom right there? Weeping, right?
The bottom right? The wheat?
No, the bottom,
the grass?
Yeah, the one who's distraught over Cap's death.
What are you talking about?
Do you know what that is?
Just say it. I don't know.
It's Rick Jones.
I thought it was Bucky.
No, Bucky's been dead.
Rick Jones became Bucky for a little bit. Okay, so RDV, cover. What do you think?
This is a 10. And that's all great. Fantastic issue.
Rick Jones kind of messed up for doing that to Captain America.
You didn't kill him.
Imagine wearing the dead guy's clothes. I mean, to be fair, Jason Todd's also kind of messed up because he did the same thing with Dick Grayson's costume. Look, let me wear the clothes of your old sidekick.
Cap wanted a new sidekick.
At least dress him in something different.
Okay, so I love the colors on this. The statue, the pale statue up against the green background, blue moon, orange stars, green clovers. Everything looks awesome here. I'm giving it a 10 as well.
Did you say 4 clovers?
Yeah.
4 clover fossils.
No,
That's where there's the comic guys. They're all old, but they're all Irish.
No, I was thinking of the cereal.
That's what I was. That's why I said blue moon. Yeah. All right.
Oh my god.
There we go. Hold on, just a second.
Also, nobody picked up the Final Fight book that came out today.
I didn't get that either.
Oh, Matthew Weldon's art is fantastic.
It's so good though, right? The dude, he draws. He doesn't do pencils. He just uses a pen. It's crazy.
It's fantastic.
Okay, so let me
He's
go
really
to the
good.
chat real quick. And Glinzer gives this a 10. Alrighty, and then we have a 10 from Dark Admiral and 9 from Ice Tops. Alright. And we have a 9 from Joe and a 10 from MK. It's so grim.
Leah Com Geeks. 5 out of 5 people like this book.
9 from Eric and Boyd, 10 from Jackson Rakirk, and 9 from Ethereal Dragon. 2 9s and a 10. And then we have Captain America and Bucky shown in respect, unlike in current year Marvel. This is an amazing piece of art. I'm not allowed to give this anything lower than a 10, says Rhaegar. And then we have Maranya saying Captain America 113. This frame from a movie cover sells the book like this Epic Steranko one does so well. Score a 10. There is no other score for this cover. Alrighty. One Slick gives it a 9. All right. And Rhaegar, anyone giving this lower than an 8 kicks puppies and punches babies. Yes. But that's what we got here. Did MK jump? Yep. Okay.
Well, that's why.
So once again, if you haven't voted yet and you want to, go right on ahead. There we go. Here's the stop as a placeholder, and let me count where we're at. We got another. All right, here we go. It's trick 2 Tropical Rhyme. All right, so let's see. We had it's a 10. 5 9s and like 10 10. So yeah.
10,
there we go.
1.
All righty, and then final cover of the evening, sirs. All righty,
And ladies president.
Yes.
Not yet.
And let's see, that was Eric, right? And so it's Zach's turn to start.
My turn.
All right.
A lot of pressure, Zach.
The Speedtastic Speedball's turn.
So
I feel no pressure.
It's gonna be an awesome cover. So I guarantee you're probably gonna say below 10.
Nick Fury #1.
You think I'm Alicia Masters? Do I look like Matthew Murdock?
Who?
I have sight.
Actually, yeah, on the Matthew Murdock kind. Yeah, okay, yeah, I see it.
I only know Alicia Governors.
Okay, my point is I'm not blind. This is clearly a 10. Look at this. Look at this masterpiece. The colors. This is
Governor
a spy.
Pete.
God, dog, I hate this joke. This is a spy book. It shouldn't be so brightly colored and worked, but it does. Look at it all. It's, I think, man. And then Contessa's outfit. Can we take a moment and just give that the praise it deserves? I think we should. Anyway, yeah, it's a 10.
MK, don't look at it. You might hurt your eyes.
Yeah, don't look
Alright.
at the wavy lines behind Nick Fury.
How about you, RDV?
This is a 10, bro. It's the building blocks of success.
Okay. And Eric.
10.
All right.
What's a Dum Dum Dugan?
Yeah, I'm definitely agreeing with you. The blocks look awesome. Dum Dum Dugan sitting there in what looks like a superhero outfit and his derby. This is awesome all the way around. Let's go to the chat. And Glinzer's giving it a 10, and Eric and Boyd is giving it a 10 as well. Next up, we've got Rhaegar Ahem. I am the governor of my own fate, says Rhaegar. Give him some chat. Thank you very much. All righty. Appreciate that.
This
But
joke
what
will
is
be
your
the
score?
death of me.
But what is your score?
Ice Tops gives it a 10. Another trippy 10, says Jackson Rakirk. So we got 2 more. And then we have Dark Admiral here giving this book a 10. Joe gives this book a 10. We have Mark MM. Hey, Mark MMM. My 2 favorite Steranko covers are Nick. Wait. Mark MMM? Like from a while back? Mark MMM?
Poor one slick dude.
My 2 favorite Steranko covers are Nick Fury AOS 7 and Erie 25, which almost made the cut, sir.
Yeah, what's up, one skip?
What's up, one skip, dude?
Alrighty, let's see. Oh, did I skip? No,
You jumped straight to Dark Admiral. You went
Oh,
from
did I?
Jackson to Dark
10,
Admiral.
another psychedelic cover and very iconic. Great art and color, says one skip. One slick.
He admits it.
Let's see. A classic 10, says Rhaegar. Okie dokies. I've seen this before. 8, the skull is cool. Alrighty, and then we've got our fourth one slip. 9 for Ethereal Dragon. And we've got, I knew he would skip me. I mean, one skip, sorry. Nick Fury, number 1, pop art, op art, hot Contessa, badass villains, and super badass Fury colors accentuate the properly psychedelic cover. Steranko personified, score a 10 times 1,000 to cover any low scores. But there just aren't really any. If his name was short, I might understand. Sorry, dude. Sorry. All righty, kids. This look, yeah, we've got 14 10s on this thing. That 1 9 and 1 8 just cannot compete. All righty, and here we go. All righty, there we are. We're gonna put this up, and this is what we got. Now, I thought I had 15 covers, but it turned out a couple of the things were pictures. So I deleted the overlays. And so I don't have the overlays anymore. But what I do have is this Shanna the She-Devil. I just don't think you guys could see the cover. And then I had another art one. So I'm gonna let that go. And this is our 13 here. So let's see where they stand. And let's go with the 8s. We're going to start with the 8s and RDV. Worst and best.
You gotta get the.
I was gonna say anyone else.
Wait! Before we start, guys, if you have not voted in the poll for what is next, we put up 4 more artists. Please vote in that, because after this is done, we'll go to the poll. RDV, what do you say?
Here, let me move the overlay so I can see.
That's what you said. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let's get rid of that. All right. What do you think about the? What do you think? Take care, one slick.
You know what? Leave it like it is.
Okie dokie. And Eric, what do you think?
I just checked the poll, and Gil Kane's losing to D's nuts.
As he should.
All righty, Eric, what do you think? What's the worst and best?
I agree with the one son I still claim.
All righty. How about you, disclaimed son?
I agree with my excommunicated family.
Okay, I want to do one change then. There we go. All righty, so we're going to the 9s. We only have 2, and frankly, I've got to put Captain America in front of the Supernatural. How about you, RDV?
I know, yeah. Captain America should be in front of that. It should be all seen a 10, but people just don't have taste.
I know.
Okay.
It wasn't on me.
Eric?
It wasn't my fault.
Apparently, Zach agrees. What do you think?
Captain America should be in front of it.
All right.
America
Now
first,
we
baby.
ended up here. 1, 2, 3, 4,
like
5,
that,
6, 7, 8 10s tonight.
I caught that
8 10s out of
Thank you.
13 books. Wow. All righty. RDV, best and worst.
Oh, this is
Or least
All right.
best and most best.
God, dog.
best is that painted movie poster one with the black turtleneck.
Nick
That's-
Fury versus
that is the
Shield,
best.
Volume 1.
The worst out of here? Oh, man.
Least best.
Least best. I know, right?
Dang.
Invisible Man.
All righty. Eric.
Yeah, as much as I'd like to give the painted one number one, the Nick Fury next to it that gives your eyes whiplash.
All righty.
And then I think Invisible Man is fine where it is at the end.
Okay. Zach, what do you think? Your favorite and least favorite?
Y'all better clip this because this is history. I actually agree 100% with RDV. The painted movie poster should be first because that thing, I will stare at that for 5 hours. That is the most best. The painted Nick Fury versus Shield, number one. And Invisible Man can stay in the last place.
You should record that. I'll put it on the Geeky Puppet Show. You just staring at her.
Let me see. What am I seeing here? You want the painted, but I want the line art up here.
That is some dang good line art.
I think that is awesome. As far as the worst, I mean, there's no worst.
What about the chat? Are we going to ask them? You said last time.
Yeah, let's talk to the chat. What is the best and worst of these books? The 10s. Let's hear what you guys have to say as well. Because hey, there's a lot up here. Yeah. I would love to see have a good night. And let's see, tomorrow night, what do we got going on? 1985. I've still got to come. I've got 6 covers. I need to find another 6 to 8 covers there.
I don't know why, but the Captain America and the She-Devil just go together so well.
They do. I was just thinking that the green background, they almost look like connecting covers.
Yeah, with the tree and everything. You're right. They kind of
that's uncanny.
Best the first Shield, least best Tex Dawson, says Glenzer.
How dare you besmirch Tex Dawson?
Well, I mean, come on. What you gonna do here? Look at your choices. Something is
for the chat like we always do.
Yeah. I mean,
I was just joking. We don't pay attention to the
we don't have to have the chat in on this. Well, apparently neither do they. Don't think so either. Only Glenzer's answered. Line art is the best, and the rest are fine, says Dark Admiral. Okay, so we got 2 for the line art.
Nice.
But we have 2 for on the panel. We have 2 for Nick Fury Volume 1. Actually, Glenzer, so he's got 3 for that one. Alrighty. Let's see. J Bob, what are you talking about? We're talking about Steranko covers tonight, man. I mean, Lecture was cool. I agree with you. Lady Death, not bad. We're talking about Steranko covers tonight.
Are you watching the same thing we're watching?
No. Best painted cover and next best Shield, then Captain America Tombstone, Psychedelic, and then the Invisible Man, keeping that down there. Okay, hold on. Painted cover, next best Shield, then Captain America Tombstone.
So her best is the painted cover, and then her worst is the Invisible Man.
Yep.
That's what it sounds
like. And Fury one best, Psychedelic is the worst, so it gets pulled down behind right here. Okay.
Absolutely wild.
But this got a choice for best as well, so we're getting a full count here of where everything should go.
We're going best and worst. We're not going in the order you think it should be. So if you didn't give us your worst, then tell us what your worst is, Marania.
The Invisible Man is the worst. I got that because she actually says the Invisible Man. Yeah. There you go. All right, and there you go. Well, let's see what we got here, kids. And from tonight's vote, X-Men number 50 is 1312 is Tower Shadow number 1, X-Men 49. Both X-Men ended up in the lower category, and that's issue number 11. 10 is Supernatural number 1. 9 is Captain America number 111. 8, really 8, is Supernatural number 2. Tex Dawson Gunslinger number 1 is 7. 6 is Nick Fury Shield number 1. 5 is Shauna the She-Devil number 1. 4, Captain America 113. 3 is Nick Fury Agent of Shield number 4. 2 is the Airboy 51 line art cover. And the number 1 Jim Steranko cover.
Magnify that one more time. Magnify it for us all one more time.
Okay, there you go. And the number one Nick Fury Steranko cover is Nick Fury versus Shield, book 1 of 6 from Nick Fury.
Maranya weekly asks what the best and worst are, not what just you think are all the best in order.
Yeah.
So you're doing it wrong.
All righty, there you go. All righty, and there you go, kids. Thank you very much for that. Let's go to the poll, see what we're going to be doing. Tomorrow, once again, we're going to be looking at some 1985 covers. And on Friday, it should be, 1950. And then on Sunday, we're going to our 50th episode where we're doing 50th issues. So there we go. All righty. But for tonight's poll, let's go over here and end it. Oh, hold on just one second. I forgot to vote. in my own poll here, I forgot to go over to my other channel and vote.
Wait, what's it? Rock Glenn just says that painted cover looks much like a older Rock Hudson. What are you trying to say about Nick Fury if it's Rock Hudson?
That even as a gay man, he pulled Elizabeth Taylor.
Ooh, fair.
Well, they probably for show didn't do anything.
Well, maybe not. Never know. Never freaking know. Okay, I want to get the chat in now. I want to vote on this. Who do I want? In all honesty,
good man, Rhaegar. Good man. Good for you. It's okay. Our time will come.
He voted. I see. Rhaegar says I voted. Simmons.
All righty. And let's see what we got here. 21 people voted. Thank you very much for the participation. Walt Simonson got 19% of the vote. Gil Kane got 19% of the vote. Sorry, Eric, I tried. Neil Adams, 28, and Bushima, 33. Okay, all right. We're gonna do John.
You got us past D's nuts. That's all I could hope for.
All righty. Oh, come on, you would like that too. Not the nuts. Walt
don't be
Simonson
salty.
There you go, Gay. I voted Simonson so we could roast D. All right, gang. Thank you very much for hanging out. Don't forget to click like, share, subscribe. Join us for tomorrow night with 1985 covers. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good evening.
Good night, kids.
Later.